according to the map we go through the gate, but the signpost is indicating up the hill, and this lock says we aren't going through the gate, so let's head up this way. Hi there. Today I'm in the Pentland Hills. Different approach for me. Normally I come in from the Balerno side. I've got the 101 bus, which brings me out to 9 Mile Burn, and I'm going to take the path in from here. There's been a fair bit of snow overnight, so the road was closed. Bit of a detour, so a bit late getting here. I did throw a pair of micro spikes in, but I picked the wrong ones up. They're not mine, so I'll judge the ground conditions later and see whether I'm going to take in any of the tops or not. I've got no fixed route as such. Just going to come out probably on the Balerno side. It's going to make a nice change to see a different side of the hills. Right, so at the moment I'm just here, and the signpost here is for, there's two directions. One is to take in Monk's Rig, which is this path here, which brings us up to the base of West Kip, which is a possible route for me. The other one is Braidlaw, which is over the other side there, which I'm not going to go today, so I'm going to take this path here. Apparently there's remains of an old cross, a font stone cross, which I don't know whether I'll actually see that with the snow today. But the first part of the walk is up to here. And depending on the conditions I may go over West Kip and East Kip and take it from there. Okay, follow the signposts. So down below me there is the Quarrelburn Reservoir, which I've never actually seen before. You can't see it usually from where I walk, which is up there. So the high peak there is Harlaw, and this one that I'm heading up just now is Monk's Rig. The going's okay. It was fresh snow overnight. There's a couple of centimetres of it, so it's not too bad underfoot. So far no nasty patches of ice or anything frozen. When you do get your feet through, it's just the usual moorland underneath. Nothing tricky at the moment. Crunch crunch. So there we go, there's a harder bit there. On the whole, not too bad. Yeah, quite interesting seeing it from this angle. I don't usually see it from here. Gives a new perspective to it. Well, this appears to be the font stone where the I don't know if there was a cross or something here as well. I'll have to look up the purpose of this. I didn't know anything about it. And over there, West Kip, that pointy one. Over there, then East Kip, and over there Scaldlaw, South Black Hill, and that takes you down to 8 Mile Burn, and that's where we started down there, which is 9 Mile Burn. So called because it's 9 old Scots miles from Edinburgh. Let's get going. Look at that view. That's just superb. Absolutely brilliant. There's West Kip, East Kip, Scaldlaw, South Blackhill. And over there's the Queensferry Crossing, the Lomond Hills in Fife. East and West Cairnhill are over there, I've done those. And there's one away in the distance, I'm not sure if that's Ben Lomond. I'll have to check that out later when I go home. Way over there. Anyway, let's give West Kip a go. First bit of substantial snow that I've seen all winter. This is February. Unbelievable. Went up to Strathpeffer in December, drove up through the Highlands, and not a bit of snow to be seen anywhere. It looked like a nice day in the summer. What an amazing view. I can see right the way over to Benvorlich and Stuckacroin. I can see the Lawers Range, all covered in snow today. Superb. And what a wee glen that is, absolutely beautiful. So it's quite a quick way in. The good thing about taking the bus rather than the car is you don't have to go back to where you started. You can do a circular walk if you want. You can just pick whatever part of the hills you want to see, and you can drop off at any side. It's absolutely great. Anyway, I'm going to get some photos while the sun's lighting everything up. Strange thing about walking in the snow is, especially if you're out the wind, just how hot it gets. I'm absolutely roasting. My calves are burning. Not to mention I'm breathing out my arse. I'll bring you back at the top. So we're coming up to the summit of West Kip. Those hills I told you about earlier, it is Benvorlich, Stuckacroin. Over to the left of that, Benledi, Benmore, Stibinian. I think that's possibly Currie or Drain. But that's over towards Arica, and then that one there is indeed Ben Lomond. Oh, that's the Ochils over there. Can't quite see the Lawyers Range. I can just see the tip of Ben Lawyers. You won't be able to see it on the footage here, I don't think. But I can just see the tip of Ben Lawyers over the top of the Ochils there. Anyway, summit awaits me. It is looking pretty grim over there. It went from really quite nice. I mean, the contrast between over there and over there is just amazing. Anywho, and there we go. Stunning. Over there, I can see the Black Hill transmitters, which is home. Anyway. Cramond Island down there. Leith. What a view. And you've got the Forth Bridge. You've got the Forth Road Bridge and the Queensferry crossing down there. Absolutely amazing. What a view. I love that view. That's West Kip. I'm in East Kip. I'm at the top of East Kip just now. Look at that cloud coming in. It looks a bit grim. There's someone up there on just getting up to the top of Scald Law. Decent path up there. And I think that's where I'm going to head next. You have the option here of cutting off down there, hanging down towards the reservoir. You can go back out there, or you can go over to Balerno. But I think I'll carry on over the hill. Hopefully that cloud is going to pass by. That was hard going. gives the thighs a real workout. Oh, but that is me just approaching the top of Harlaw, which is the highest of the hills in the Pentlands. I think it's 579 metres. Ah, there we go. There's a trick point. Just ahead. I've been walking for about 3 hours now. Time for a break. Well, for a bit of variety, instead of going over Currie Hill, which I usually do, I'm going to go down to Logan Reservoir. Haven't been down here for ages. And I'll walk out to the other side, either to Balerno or Currie. Well, we'll go down this steep cloak down to the reservoir. Let's be down. No more tops today, so I'm going to follow the right of way, which takes me back up through Green Clough over to Threipmuir Reservoir, and I'll make a decision from there whether to go left or right. A bit tricky coming down that last part. It was starting to get slidey. There's only a thin skin of snow, so it was pretty tricky coming down there. like this wee cloak here. A bit of character about it. Doesn't trap the sun, but okay, so that goes to Balerno. I think this takes us around the side of Black Hill and more towards Currie. So I'm going to try this path for a change. Lots of mountain bike tracks up this way. I think I'll be coming back at some point with the bike. Maybe once the snow's gone. Yeah, it's quite a steep climb this. Although according to the map it should even off a bit. I hope so, sooner rather than later. That's better. So over in the distance there is Black Hill, the Black Hill transmitter, which is just outside Airdrie. And this here is Black Hill in the Pentlands. Many years ago, I cycled from Airdrie up to Black Hill and then out to this Black Hill and climbed this one. It was a good little day. Don't know if I can manage that now. Anyway, this path skirts round the flank of Black Hill. It'll bring us out at the far end of Threipmuir Reservoir, which is over there, and you've got Harlaw Reservoir, which is the smaller of the two, and it brings us out over there. I'm going to come out of Currie today. Normally it would go to Balerno. I'm going to try this for a change. There is a bus stop there, so I can pick up the same bus back into the city. Or failing that, there's a train station there, which gives me options to go back into Edinburgh or out towards Glasgow. So I've no idea where I'm going to end up. I've seen quite a few people out with dogs today. There's been a lot of sheep in the hills, and I don't think I've seen one dog on a lead. Considering that there is signs all over the place. Yeah, keep your dogs on leads. Can't be control. It's that kind of thing. I mean, a lot of people probably, well, the dogs have been really nice. I haven't seen any straying off too far. But, it's that kind of thing that comes under the access code that you can bring your dogs out. Especially if it's livestock around, you really should be keeping that on a lead and under control. So it's just that one or two that let it down. Of course, it's not the dog's fault. It's always those. last section was really tricky, very muddy, very rutted, and I wouldn't recommend it for mountain biking, but I can see that there's tracks here, so it looks like somebody thinks it is. Well done to them if they managed it. The sun's gone down now, the colours are coming out, absolutely beautiful. That's the way I just came over the hill there, or round the hill. The next stop for me is Harlaw Reservoir, which is this way. The first bit of wildlife I've really seen all day. I'll stand still for a picture. Little deer there. Surprisingly little bird and animal activity on this one. I haven't seen any buzzards or kestrels. Just a couple of deer there. A few swans at the reservoir back there, but that's about it. Just to be expected. These are crop fields, so I won't be taking a shortcut across them. Had it been just grass, then that wouldn't have been so bad. Clearly these are crops, so I won't be cutting through them.
Beautiful today.
Yeah, it's lovely. So I can't walk through crops, but field margins are fair game. You are allowed to walk through them, and this will save me a good kilometre at least. It joins up with the path that I'm wanting to get to. So that's a wee result. So that's the field I've came across, and up in the distance there I can see the signpost where I would have went, so it saved me a walk up there and then down here. Somebody's shooting, and this is the path, which at the moment is doubling as a burn. This is a path that I'm going to be taking. Well, that's me approaching the end of the track, about to join a road So I'm not going to be recording on the road when I walk back. It's about another kilometre or so, just over a kilometre back to Currie. So I'll post the stats at the end of the video, or here. It's been a pretty good day, I've enjoyed it. Makes a change from my usual round. Nice to see a different side of the Pentlands, and nice to do a bit of exploring, see some bits I've never seen or haven't seen for a while. Anyway, I've got a bit of walking to do, so I'll leave you here. Thanks for joining me if you got this far. Well done, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.